Once again, welcome to my channel. My name is Shiva Krishnan. I upload videos related to data analytics and AI. Now, in this particular video, I'll be sharing my knowledge about how to create macro and how to ask macro to run an advanced formula. Okay, so here is our data set. All right, so imagine that your boss or the hiring manager, let's say that you are the HR analyst, and the hiring manager, right, your manager has given you the following data set, and you have to determine whether these employees, whether they are eligible for promotion or not, right? Now you're going to ask macro to do the to run the formula and determine whether these employees are eligible for promotion or not, right? Now this sounds very interesting, correct? So let's see how we go about this. First, I will save the file type. As I've already explained that this is one of the most important steps, and I'll go to the folder where I want to save the file. I'll change the file number to file 61. Okay, and change the save as type to Excel macro enabled workbook. All right, because this is the most important step. You have to make sure that the file type is Excel macro enabled workbook. Okay, I'll click on save. Now it seems like it says the file already exists, so I'll give it another name, say file 62. Now this should be fine. Okay, cool, perfect. Now I'm going to create the macro button in this particular area. You can see this, right? Okay, so second step will be to place the macro button. I'll go to insert, click on illustration, click on shape, and I'll select rectangle. Okay, all right, so this is done. Click on shape fill, and I'll select this as a color. I'll type determine if the employee is eligible to apply for IJP. Okay, and select this entire text, align it in the center, click on font type and change it to Arial black, increase the font size to 20. All right, I think this is done. Okay, cool. Now I'll click on developer tab and click on record macro. Here you can see, and I'll change the macro name to if and. If and. So we'll be asking macro to run a complex formula, which is a combination of if and. Okay, now I'll write this in the description. This will determine if employee is eligible to apply for IJP. Okay, Click on OK. Now I'll write the formula is equals to if, and now what is our logical condition? The first logical condition is that if the employee age of the employee, if it is more than, sorry, if it's more than 30, comma, the employee has more than 5 years, you have to specify two conditions. See, first is if, and the second is and. All right. So what Excel will do is Excel will first run this particular formula, and in and it says two logical conditions. The first logical condition is that if the cell that is containing the age, if that is greater than 30, I'll check that, number one. And the second is that if the experience, right, the cell containing experience, if it is greater than 5, okay, these two conditions, if they are fulfilled, then if they are true, it should be yes, otherwise it should be no. Okay, so the and formula is done. Now we are specifying the if condition. If the and conditions, the condition that we have specified for the and formula, if these two conditions are met, then what do we want the if condition formula to be, to do? So if it's true, then it should give the result as yes. If it's false, then it should be no. I click on and I close the bracket, hit enter, and I will drag this down. Okay, and then now I will click on stop recording. Now click on save. I've saved this. Now what I will do is I'll remove this formula, and let us see if macro can run this formula. Click on right click, click on the edge, right click, right, assign macro, select, this is the one. Okay, file 60, file 62, if and, all right, and now click on OK. So the macro is assigned. The moment you see the hand sign, right, it means that the macro is assigned. I'll ask it to run the formula. Cool. You can see at a click of a button, it has done the calculation for us. It's fantastic, right? So whatever that you can assign macro to, it will do the needful for you, right? Let's say you have a series of steps that you have to automate. So macro is very much helpful when it comes to automation. All right. So this is one of the most advanced formulas that I've just recently learned, and I also wanted to make sure that if I can assign macro to run the formula for me, and I also wanted to test my proficiency. All right, so thank you so much for watching the video. In case if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to this channel. You will share, you will get to learn more related to data analytics and AI. And obviously I'm also learning a lot many things. I learn from plenty of YouTubers like Kenji Explains. I'll mention that channel name in the description. He's an amazing YouTuber, and I also believe in sharing my knowledge. So what happens is that it will help me in the job interview as well. So in case if I apply for the position as a data analyst, and I'll mention this to the recruiter will definitely find this very interesting, that I'm doing my practice, I'm sharing my knowledge, and this will obviously help me to clear, you know, the job interview, and will help me fetch some points. And while I share my knowledge with others, I'm helping others as well, right? And of course, it's kind of a win-win. All right. So thank you so much for watching the video, and you have a lovely day.